I've got one last question I'll ask, and then we'll wrap up for today. But this has been such a fantastic conversation. A lot of people probably listening to this have learned an awful lot from the conversation today, and it is an overwhelming topic to kind of get your head around in a very short period of time. For organisations here, for our customers, people that we're talking to on the daily, what sort of steps would you recommend that they can take to get on the journey with AI? Obviously, the risk is being left behind. The risk is, changes to the way things happen, and also, I guess, not being at the forefront of this technology will have real risks for businesses. I'm just interested in what would the first couple of steps you recommend, Greg, people should do to get on board?
I'd think about it, first of all, as AI is going to optimize my internal operations. AI can do other things in terms of creating new products. You talked about drug discovery and so on. AI could transform my business down the road potentially. But I would think about it first as it optimizes. And so what do you need to do to leverage that technology to optimize? You need to pick a couple departments. And that's why, because it's generative technology, marketing is often going first because marketing generates a lot of content, needs to create sales as often, adopting AI early. Customer service, and we know about these use cases where we're using AI to augment and or replace customer service agents. Those are the departments that are going first. Maybe legal's dragging their heels. Maybe the finance team is dragging the heels. That's okay. So I'd pick 2 or 3 departments, and I would approach those departments with this mindset of optimize. And I'd start with an audit, a workflow audit. I just get people in a room and say, listen, here's what AI could do. As you said, Simon, it's an amazing synthesizer. It's an amazing organizer of information, revealing insights, things like that. It basically optimizes content workflows really effectively, very quickly. So I'd ask a small team representing a department to spend a few hours on a whiteboard and map out some workflows that if AI could help, they'd all be happier. That team would say, wouldn't it be great if we could do that? And then I would pick an AI tool. Again, I don't think it matters if you're Microsoft shop, pick Microsoft Copilot. If you're indifferent, then maybe with GPT, OpenAI, and start to implement AI with those workflows, and then build the muscle. Show the rest of the organization that if you have an organization of 10,000, you want 1,000 people AI proficient, in my opinion, 10% within a year. That would be the outside. And I think that if you're a software company in Silicon Valley, you need almost the whole company to be AI proficient within the next few months. That's what's happened here the last 18 months in terms of Silicon Valley. But if you're an organization of 500 people, you want 100 of your 500, probably 20% in the AI class. We call it the AI class, as quickly as you can. Once they're in the AI class, they'll likely be the best performers in your organization, in the course of a year. And then others will follow. So I think the way to think about it is, let's optimize our workflows. Let's do this in small teams inside of certain departments. Software engineering is obviously another good example. Most engineers now are writing code with an AI copilot to help them out and getting great productivity gains. And so get your teams sorted and get your hands on it. And you're going to get some wins. You're going to get some losses. And talk about both. Share the wins and share the losses. If the AI didn't help, then fine, don't use AI for it. Go on to the next experiment. But tell everybody what worked and what didn't work, so they don't waste their time and they can kind of piggyback off the learning.
Fantastic. Thanks, Greg. Tony, same question to you.
I think inside any organization, create a project, something to aim at, something to focus your attention and look at, whatever systems and whatever experiments you can run to actually apply to the delivery of some better outcome. And I think once you've done that, if you're in the service provision business, if you're having to identify or satisfy consumer needs, focus on how to be able to identify what the difference between a good outcome or a great outcome, and see whether or not you can contribute to that.
Fantastic. I think you're right. It really is, and I think the experiences I've even had is rolling the sleeves up and getting your hands dirty is really the only way to really understand what this technology can do for your business, your work, personally. And it is one of those things that can impact all of those areas. So the advice I think we would have is to get in there and have a go. I'd like to just thank everybody today. That's been a really, really great discussion. I think we've learned a lot along the way about what AI can do. I think we've uncovered a lot about what is happening currently. And I think we've only touched the surface of what we're actually going to see in the coming months and years. So very interested to continue this conversation in the future. I'd like to thank Tony and Greg for joining us today. And look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you, BSI team. And thank you, Greg.
Likewise. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Tony. And great to talk to Australia.